Hello everyone. So welcome to today's lecture. Hope you have understood both the lectures which we have already finished. Hope you have understood with the Brenner's law of triads and Mendeleev's periodic table and Newland's law of octaves also. So yesterday I had given you homework, 3 questions, okay, 3 or 4 questions I think. Out of those, the first question was to write Mendeleev's periodic law. Okay, then merits of Mendeleev's periodic table and demerits of Mendeleev's periodic table. This you may refer to notes. It is there in the notes which have been provided to you. The other question on page number 20. Use your brain power. I will discuss the answers. You may just see whether your answers are correct. If you haven't done, just write down the answers. The first question is write the molecular formula of oxides of the following elements by referring to the Mendeleev's periodic table. The first one is Na. This I had discussed yesterday how to write. You have to just see the general formula which have been given at the top of the table, okay, and accordingly you have to just replace R by that particular symbol. Okay, so for Na it is Na2O. At the top of the table it is given as R2O. You may see, you may check, you have to see where this element is and that element you have to write instead of R. Okay, so first one is Na2O, second SiO2, third CaO, fourth CO2, fifth Rb2O, sixth P2O5, 7 BaO, 8 Cl2O7 and 9th is SnO2. Okay, the last one Ca is a repetition. Hope you have understood. I will repeat. Na2O, SO2, CaO, CO2, Rb2O, P2O5, BaO, Cl2O7 and SnO2. Now similarly, the next question also. Write the molecular formula of the compounds of the following elements with hydrogen by referring to Mendeleev's periodic table. First one is CH4, second is SH2, third BRH, fourth ASH3, next FH, next OH2. It is actually H2O, but according to the textbook we will write it as OH2. Next NH3 and next ClH. Okay, so I repeat. CH4, SH2, BRH, ASH3, FH, OH2, NH3 and ClH. Actually these compounds are, I will correct it how we write now. CH4, H2S, HBr, ASH3, HF, H2O, NH3 and HCl. Okay, even if you write the other way around, it would be considered as correct because you are writing according to Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, so today we will be doing the next topic, that is modern periodic table, also called as long form periodic table. Okay, so this is modern periodic table which is put forward by Moseley, Henry Moseley, in the year 1913. Okay, so yesterday we studied about Mendeleev's periodic table. So we saw that Mendeleev arranged the elements in the increasing order of atomic masses. Okay, you know what is atomic mass. Now as years went by, scientists started discovering more and more elements and it was found difficult to arrange the elements, okay, in Mendeleev's periodic table also, because they were studying, they were considering the fundamental property of elements as atomic masses. But later it was discovered that actually the fundamental property of atomic an atom, the fundamental property of an atom or an element is not atomic mass, but it is atomic number. Okay, I repeat, the fundamental property of an element is atomic number and not atomic mass. Okay, this they discovered later. So mostly what did he do in the year 1913? He started arranging the elements in the increasing order of atomic number. What is atomic number? Atomic number is the number of protons or number of electrons. This I had discussed in the first lecture. Okay, so what is atomic number? Atomic number is the number of protons or number of electrons. Okay, now we may see the table. I have given the structure and the properties of the table towards the right. If you are having a question on write the structure of modern periodic table or write the characteristics of modern periodic table, with the help of these points you can write the answer. It is a 5-mark question. I have drawn the modern periodic table here. You are not supposed to draw the table in any exams, but you should have a rough idea about how the modern periodic table is. The first point is atomic number. So in a modern periodic table, the elements are arranged in the increasing order of atomic number. You may see the numbers which I have written here. The first one, hydrogen, that is 1, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. This much elements you should be knowing. That means you have to learn the symbols of the first 30 elements plus some other elements also. I will discuss it afterwards. So first 30 elements, you are supposed to know the names and symbols of first 30 elements and the valency and electronic configuration of first 20 elements. We have done electronic configuration also. Hope you remember the electronic configuration. What is it? It is the arrangement of electrons. How many electrons in the first shell, how many electrons in the second shell, and so on. Okay. Now what was the demerit? First demerit of Mendeleev's periodic table. If you revise, you may see that it was the position of cobalt and nickel. Okay. Cobalt and nickel have the same atomic masses. So to place cobalt first or to place nickel first, that was the demerit of Mendeleev's periodic table. In Moseley's periodic table or modern periodic table, that problem was solved. How? Because the elements were arranged in the increasing order of atomic number. And you may see the atomic number of cobalt is 27 and the atomic number of nickel is 28. So cobalt will come first and nickel will come afterwards. Okay. The second demerit of Mendeleev, do you remember what it was? It was of isotopes. Okay. What are isotopes? Isotopes are the different forms of the same element having same atomic number but different atomic mass number. So this periodic table, that is modern periodic table, was in the increasing order of atomic number. Okay. So even if there are two isotopes of hydrogen, we had discussed about hydrogen yesterday. So for hydrogen, whether it is the first one, second one or the third one, okay, it is having atomic number 1. Their atomic masses change but their atomic number is the same. So it will be given the position here, that is 1. Hope you have understood. So the second problem was also solved. The third problem was of the increasing atomic masses. The values were not uniform. Okay. So here you may see according to it is in the increasing order of atomic number, and they are increasing by the value of 1. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. So they are increasing uniformly. Okay. So the third problem was also solved. Now the next, fourth one was position of hydrogen. Hydrogen actually is a special element. Still now it is showing the properties of both alkali metals and that of halogens. Alkali metals are those present in first A group or the first group. Okay, the first group elements are called as alkali metals. Hydrogen show resemblance to alkali metals. It also show resemblance to halogens, which are in the 17th group. Okay, but whether to place hydrogen in the first group or the 17th group was the demerit. Okay, but now it is placed in the first A group because according to electronic configuration it has one electron in its outermost shell. Okay, one electron in its outermost shell. Even lithium, its atomic number is 3, its electronic configuration is 2, 1, so it is having one electron in its outermost shell. Sodium, it is 11, so electronic configuration is 2, 8, 1, so even it is having one electron in its outermost shell. Okay, hope you have understood. So as it is having one electron in its outermost shell, it is placed in the first group along with alkali metals. It is for convenience for us to understand, and it is having the number, atomic number 1. Okay, so hope you have understood the first point, that is atomic number. The second point is modern periodic law. Mostly revised the Mendeleev's periodic law. What was Mendeleev's periodic law? It was the properties of elements are periodic functions of atomic masses. Okay, so the properties of elements repeated after particular intervals. Okay, so properties of elements is periodic function of atomic masses. This was Mendeleev's periodic law. It was revised and the modern periodic law was given. Modern periodic law states that properties of elements are periodic functions of atomic numbers. It is there in the textbook. It is a 2-mark question. State modern periodic law. So what is modern periodic law? The elements, the properties of elements are periodic functions of atomic numbers. So the fundamental property of elements is found to be atomic number. What is atomic number? It is the number of protons or number of electrons which an element has, which is present in one atom of that element. Now the third topic is groups and periods. In the modern periodic table, the elements are arranged in vertical columns, okay, vertical columns and horizontal rows. Vertical columns are called as groups and horizontal rows are called as periods. Okay, I repeat, vertical columns are called as groups and horizontal rows are called as periods. So that is about groups and periods. How many groups are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 18 groups. Okay, 18 groups, which is divided into 2 subgroups, which is not given in the textbook, but for you to understand I will tell you. It is divided into 2 subgroups. These middle elements, this much of middle elements which are transition elements, these are considered to be B group. Okay, this part and this part is considered to be A group. So you may see it is 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A and 8A. So this group could be called as 15th group or 5th A group. Understood? This group can be called as 16th group or 6A group. Hope you have understood about groups. Okay, so how many groups are there? There are 18 groups, which is divided into two subgroups, A and B. Okay, now the second is about periods. How many periods are there? There are 7 periods. Okay, you may see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like this, they are called as periods. Okay, so how many periods are there? There are 7 periods. 7 periods. And how many groups are there? There are 18 groups. Okay, hope you have understood what are groups and what are periods. What are groups? The vertical columns are called as groups and horizontal rows are called as periods. Now the next point, first A group. Okay, now you have to learn some points of some groups are given particular names. What are they? The first A group is called as alkali metals. The second A group is called as alkaline earth metals. The seventh A group are called as halogens, and eighth A group are called as inert gases. Okay, I repeat. First A is alkali metals. Second A is alkaline earth metals. 17th or 7th A group is halogens, and 18th group is called as inert gases, also called as noble gases, also called as zero group. Okay, so hope you have understood about alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, halogens and inert gases or zero group elements. Okay, now the next topic is lanthan metalloids. Okay, now what are metalloids? You have already learned the term metalloids. Metalloids are elements which show the properties of both metals and non-metals. Now you may see in the modern periodic table they are having a particular position. These are the metalloids. Okay, the one, there is a zigzag line which is shown in the periodic table. You may check in the textbook. There is a zigzag line which is shown, which separates the periodic table into left hand side and right hand side. Okay, the elements near those zigzag line are said to be metalloids. So in this periodic table, what are the metalloids? Boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, polonium. You may learn all these. Okay, you should be knowing a minimum 3 metalloids, minimum of 3, the names of 3 metalloids. Okay, so boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, polonium. Okay, these are metalloids. The elements towards the left of metalloids are all metals. Okay, so you may see how many metals are there, and the elements towards the right of the metalloids are non-metals. So there are fewer number of non-metals compared to that of metals. So a zigzag line shows the metalloids. It separates the periodic table into a left hand side and right hand side, the metals on the left hand side and the non-metals on the right hand side. So which one are metalloids? Boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, polonium. Okay, the names are given in the modern periodic table given in your textbook. Okay, now the next is lanthanides and actinides. Now what are lanthanides? Lanthanides are elements after lanthanum, and actinides are elements after actinum. Okay, lanthanides are elements after lanthanum and actinides are elements after actinum. Now what is their property? What is their speciality? About 14 elements after lanthanum. You may see here 57 to 71. Okay, the lanthanum is 57. Okay, the 14 elements after that, they are placed separately. As they are radioactive, they are placed separately in the modern periodic table. The elements from 89 to 103, they are actinides. Okay, the actinides are also placed towards the bottom of the periodic table. So they are placed separately below the periodic table as they are having different properties compared to that of these elements. Okay, most of them are radioactive. Okay, hope you have understood. So the elements after lanthanum are called as lanthanides. The elements after actinum are called as actinides. They are placed separately in the modern periodic table. Now, next is 4 types of elements. Even this point is not there in the textbook, but you are expected to know it. Okay, so 4 types of elements. First A, second A, third A to 7th A. I repeat, first A, second A, third A to 7th A. These are normal elements which generally show reaction. Okay, normal elements. Next is transition elements. These elements in the middle, okay, which have been shown as D block, that is from 3rd group to 12th group. They are called as transition elements. Inner transition elements. These elements which are placed separately are called as inner transition elements. And the last group, that is the 18th group, is called as inert gas or zero group or noble gases. Hope you have understood. Okay, I repeat. First, normal elements. First A, second A, third A to 7th A. These are normal elements which generally react, which show properties of metals and non-metals. And transition elements, the one in the D block, that means the group 3rd to 12th, it is called as D block elements. Inner transition, lanthanides and actinides are inner transition elements. And the one in the 18th group, they are called as inert gases, zero group or noble gases. Okay, hope you have understood. Now the next is about the 4 blocks. This is a very important question. It could be asked as a 3 mark, 5 mark or 2 mark question also. What I explain the 4 blocks in the modern periodic table, or what are the 4 blocks in the modern periodic table, or give examples of elements belonging to 4 blocks of the modern periodic table. Okay, now what are the 4 blocks? There are 4 blocks: S, P, D and F. S, P, D, F. It is not S, P, D, P. It is S, P, D, F. Okay, so here you may see the elements belonging to first A and second A. The first group and second group, they are called as S block elements. 13 to 17 or 18, it is called as P block elements. 3 to 12, they are called as D block elements. And the lanthanides and actinides, they are called as F block elements. Hope you have understood, which are S block 1 and 2. 1 to S, 1 to S. So first group and second group, they constitute the S block. 13 to 18 constitutes the P block. 3 to 12 constitutes the D block. And lanthanides and actinides constitutes the F block. Okay, so these elements 1 to S block, 3 to 18 P block. Transition elements, okay, these are called as, these are all transition elements which belong to D block. So transition elements are belonging to D block, and inner transition elements belonging to F block. Inner transition elements belonging to F block. Hope you have understood all the points. First is about atomic number. Second is modern periodic law. What is modern periodic law? Properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Groups and periods. There are 18 groups and 7 periods. First A group are called as alkali metals. Second A group are called as alkaline earth metals. 17th group are called as halogens, 18th group are called as inert gases. Okay, next, metalloids. There is a zigzag line which separate the modern periodic table into two parts, left side and right side. The elements near that zigzag line are called as metalloids. The elements towards the left of metalloids are metals, and the elements towards the right of metalloids are non-metals. Lanthanides and actinides. The elements after lanthanum which are arranged separately at the bottom of the periodic table is called as lanthanides. The elements after actinum which are placed separately at the bottom of the periodic table are called as actinides. They are also called as inner transition elements. They are placed separately because they are mostly radioactive and show different properties. 4 types of elements, normal elements, 1, 2, 13 to 18, they are normal elements. 3 to 12, they are transition elements. Lanthanides and actinides are inner transition elements, and 18th group are called as inert gases. Okay, if I had told 18th group here, then in normal elements 18th group does not come under normal elements. Okay, so normal elements, I'll repeat, normal element consists of 1, 2, 13 to 17. Transition elements make 3 to 12. Inner transition elements make the lanthanides and actinides, and inert gas elements is the 18th group. Okay, and the 4 blocks, S block, P block, D block, F block. Okay, 1 and 2 makes the S block, 3rd to 8th make the P block. The transition elements, okay, 3 to 12 make the D block, and the elements which are placed separately, the inner transition elements, it makes the F block. Okay, now you are supposed to learn the elements in the first group, first A group, second group, 17th group and 18th group. Okay, so first group, second group, 17th group and 18th group you have to learn. I am telling you groups. Groups means vertical columns. So what are the elements which are present in the first A group? It is hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. You have to learn the names of these elements. These are all alkali metals. Now the second group, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. Okay, these are the elements in second group. They are called as alkaline earth metals. Halogens, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Okay, you are expected to learn the first 4, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These are halogens. Inert gases are He, that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Okay, these are inert gases. So you are supposed to learn the names of first 30 elements, electronic configuration and valency of first 20 elements. Okay, and the elements belonging to first group, second group, 17th group and 18th group. Okay, so you are covering till here. The first period you are covering, you have to learn till here. Okay, and you have to learn the first group, you have to learn the second group, you have to learn the 17th group, you have to learn the 18th group and the metalloids. Okay, you have to learn the metalloids. Okay. You may draw the table. Okay, you may draw this much only in your notebook. Okay, you may copy it down. Okay, so hope you have understood. You don't have to write the names of all the elements according to the textbook. Whatever you are supposed to learn. I repeat, what you are supposed to learn from the modern periodic table. If you are having a question on explain the structure or properties of modern periodic table, you are supposed to write all these points. Okay, according to the textbook. Okay, these are the points according to the textbook. You have to write proper sentences. You have to prepare proper sentences from these, and you have to learn the elements from the first group, second group, metalloids, 17th group, 18th group, and the elements till 30. Okay, you have to know what are lanthanides, what are actinides. Now I will tell you a phrase. Okay, I will tell you a phrase so that you will be able to learn the first 20 elements. Okay, first 20 elements. You may see I have given the statement below. Hi Helen, listen BBC News on Friday night. Okay, so what is the statement? Hi Helen, listen BBC News on Friday night. Now you may see, hi, H stands for hydrogen, He stands for helium, Li stands for lithium, B, the first B stands for beryllium, second B for boron, third C for carbon, N for nitrogen, O for oxygen, F for fluorine, and Ne. I have written the spelling purposely wrong here so that you might be able to understand. It is Ne, that is neon. Okay, so this is hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. So these are the first 10 elements. Hi Helen, listen BBC News on Friday night. Hope you are finding it easy to learn. Okay, now the next is Naughty Maggie always sings pop songs. Okay, Naughty Maggie always sings pop songs. Okay, now we will see what the elements are. So Na stands for sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, and sulfur. Okay, this you are reaching till 16. Okay, so what is the statement? Naughty Maggie always sings pop songs. Sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur. The remaining you may see. Clever Archie kicks Kathy. Clever chlorine, Archie argon, K for potassium, Ca for calcium. So these are some phrases which might help you to learn the first 20 elements. Okay, so hope you have understood modern periodic table. I repeat, if you are having a question on modern periodic table, you have to write all these points. You may copy down these points in your notebooks and learn accordingly. Okay, you are supposed to learn group 1, group 2, metalloids, group 17 and group 18 also. Okay. So this is the next topic, that is a trick to find out the group number and period number of an element. You will be provided with an atomic number. Okay, in a question you will be provided with the name of the element, or they might name it as just X and give you the atomic number. From that atomic number you have to find out to which group does it belong and to which period does it belong. Okay, so how to find out whether an element belongs to 5th group, 6th group, okay, to which group does it belong and to which period does it belong. So how to find out? I'll give you an example. I have given you 4 examples here. You may check their positions in the modern periodic table given in your textbook. Sodium, okay, atomic number is 11. What is its electronic configuration? Its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 1. 2 number of electrons in the first shell, 8 in the second shell, and 1 in the third shell. So what is group number denote? Group number denotes the number of electrons in the last shell. And what does period number denote? Period number is denoted by the number of shells. So how many electrons are there in the last shell? There is 1. Okay, so number of electrons in the last shell denotes the group number. So what is the group number? The group number is 1. So it belongs to group 1. You may check in that periodic table. The period number, how many shells are there? K shell, L shell, M shell. So there are 3 shells. Okay, if you are not remembering electronic configuration, you may revise it. We had discussed it in the first lecture. Okay, structure of atom. So the group number is 1 and the period number is 3. So sodium belongs to group 1 and period 3. You may check. The next is lithium. Lithium, Li, atomic number 3. Electronic configuration is 2, 1. So how many electrons in the last shell? That is 1. So it belongs to group 1. How many shells are there? There are 2 shells, K and L. So the period number is 2. You may check in the modern periodic table. Next is chlorine. The symbol is Cl. The electronic configuration, the atomic number is 17. Its electronic configuration is 287. You won't be given the electronic configuration, you will be provided with the atomic number only. It might happen that they will provide you with the electronic configuration also. So what will be the group number? Group number is the number of electrons in the last shell. Here you may see there are 7 electrons in the last shell. Okay, but it belongs to 17th group. Okay, it belongs to 17th or 7A. It belongs to 17th or 7th A group. Understood? You may check in the periodic table. Now these laws is only for you in 10th standard. It might change. Okay, so it is according to the number of electrons in the outermost shell. So 17th, the group number is 17 or 7A. Okay, hope you have understood. Either write 7th A or 17th. If you write only 7th, you might lose marks. Carbon, and what is the period number? How many shells are there? 3 shells are there. So what is the period number? The period number is 3. Hope you have understood. Now the next is carbon, denoted by C. Atomic number 6. Electronic configuration 2, 4. So it belongs to which group? It belongs to 14th or 4A group. You may check in the periodic table. How many shells it has? It has 2 shells. So its period number is 2. Okay. Hope you have understood how to find out the group number and period number. Okay, you will be provided with the atomic number or electronic configuration, and you will be asked to write the group number and the period number. Okay, you may copy it. Now this is the homework for today. State modern periodic law. Explain the structure of modern periodic table. It is a 5-mark question. Okay, it is the answers are there in the notes. You may check. Page number 21 of textbook, use your brain power. Page number 22 of textbook, can you tell? Page number 23, can you tell? Page number 24 textbook, can you recall? These questions you may check. You may try to write the answers. Okay, you may check whether these answers are there in the notes. I will be revising the homework the next day. If you are not getting the answers, if you are finding any difficulty, you may ask me on my personal number. Okay, hope you have understood what is modern periodic table. So we will meet the next day. Thank you.